All right, guys, welcome into another live session. Hopefully, we're just able to catch this trade here and then call it. So this is the idea right now. Um, I do want to see a bounce here. I want to see a aim for these highs that are relative to each other. Take a partial here, and yeah, I do like them very much on NQ. The highs are very nice there, right there. All right, and we have an SMT as well. NQ has already swept this low. Yes, failed to sweep that low. Right, I entered on ES because I really like the displacement here. Right, the reaction on this candle was good. This reaction on this candle wasn't good, but I had already entered. And I added once we swept this low inside these fair value gaps. Now, the only thing is that we can technically come into this, sweep this low, but it shouldn't because it's fully mitigated. So if we're right, then this will go. If we're wrong, then we'll obviously get stopped out. Now, what would suck is if we're the SMT and since CS hasn't taken those lows, we come lower, but this low should be protected. And I do like this order block here on the 5, right? If we get a clear displacement here, like here, I will add another one, but it needs to be really, really clear, right? And again, we'll be taking a partial at this high. But yeah, so again, the SMT, right? This is your open manipulation. And then we displace. We close on the 15-minute wick. I do like this on the 15 as well. And then on the 5, we immediately displace out of here. So now I would like to see a continuation higher. If not, then this trade is likely cooked. But I do want to see us respect this order block on the 5. If we fail to respect the order block. See how right now we're at mean threshold. We would need to see a up move now here for this to work. NQ's not looking too good. But the trade is in, so I can't really do much anymore. How much more risk is this? Because I would feel more comfortable putting out that SMT low, but given that we're not, I just want to see it respect this order block. I think I'm giving it enough room, especially at this low since this already all has been mitigated and came off this order block. So I'm just looking at all the bullish price action here from this section after we swept the liquidity on NQ. All right, we're respecting all these PD arrays. Order block comes back down, displaces. We come back down to this order block, we displace. I'm expecting this order block to hold along with this fair value gap, and this move just be an inducing move lower for everybody that wants a continuation for it to just go higher. So if we're right, then that's what's going to happen. If not, then we're just going to continue lower and maybe not get the bounce just yet, but I do want to see us bounce here. I believe we're also on this hourly order block. I would like to see a bounce here. I like the closure on the hourly here, right? So this is why I would like to see longs here, but we'll see. Paying attention for an SMT on the 1 minute. Some sort of SMT that we could have. Again, if we have a nice displacement out of here, kind of like this, I will add another contract, and I'll just probably throw out my stop on that individual contract right here or so. But we would need to see a nice big displacement. Why? Because we're inside the 5-minute order block, which is meaningful, right? We've come back we've tested this propulsion block, and we've continued to hold this for rally gap. So yeah, we just let it play out now. This time we take a partial, and then whatever happens, we go golf after. So let's see. We'll sell 2 there, and then we'll just let the runner go. See if we can get all the way up there. I really like the highs on NQ. I really like the displacement on ES, the structure. Hopefully it's not too long of a trade. I did want to just record the video so that way you guys can get a better view of it. I was like, why is it so dark in here? We have no lights on. There you go. So I do like this displacement, but it's not like this, right? It's not like this. It's not meaningful. So I'm not going to add another one there. I would love to have just seen the other candle follow through with a lot more energy. But I do like this for a rally up here. It just gives me more confidence to this trade. But I would want to have seen some meaningful displacement. This is not meaningful for me. We did create this order block here, so I'm just expecting this in our start supporting price higher. Right. Order block in for rally gap. We have a breaker, low, high, lower, low. Very small fractals of PD arrays that I'm looking at. But let's see if it works out. So we just inverse that for rally gap. Not a good sign. But then again, price tends to do those type of things. We inverse and then reclaims it. So right now, just full control to the marketplace. If this stops us out, then we're done for the day, and we go on to our next activity. Think if we get stopped out here, we will be down on the week, like maybe like $100. No, like 150, close to 200. Yeah. And this is where you kind of make the decision: do we trade tomorrow, or do we just call it a day and move on to the next week? Yeah, because if we zoom out to the 5-minute, this price action does not look good, right? It looks really choppy. No, I was expecting this order block to kind of send us higher. They're not coming off of anything. There's no fair value gaps until we take our partial. So that's why I really wanted to see this displace rather quickly. But it does look like it's taking its sweet time. So we will see. So now we have inverse for rally gap and a SIBI to take us lower. Just something to pay attention to. I would want to see if we reclaim this fair value gap here on the 1 minute by pushing higher, but we would have to displace through that again. Really, the only thing holding this up is this fair value gap in this order block, which is very close to stop. So, yeah. And the mean threshold of the 5-minute order block, which is still holding. We still have no SMT with the ES or NQ. We'll see if we get one. So if you would have entered there, your stop would have to be below here. Would have got stopped out there. Okay, now we have an SMT. Now let's see if we get any displacement higher. small SMT on the 1 minute, right? But when you're looking at the 1 minute, these, you do want to pay attention to these because this is what could push us higher here, but it's not looking too good. I did not take this on Top Step. For some reason, it wasn't logging in, so if anything, it might have saved me some extra money. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I actually got so much sleep last night. Still holding that low. Now let's see if we maintain it after this candle. All right, so we continue to break lower. NQ is not breaking lower as of right now, but more than likely it'll follow through. We'll see. See if that low holds. That would be a nice SMT at the order block on the 1 minute. So notice how we come down to the order block on the 1 minute on ES, and then we have it on NQ. Just small things I'm paying attention to when I'm looking at the 1 minute. I don't like that we have like an expansion up and then we don't follow through, right? So I would like to see a pretty big expansion here to follow through it with another candle, creating a gap and then possibly adding more, but if not, I'm happy with this position. See like this, but then it wicks it. That would be not ideal, right? We want to see a nice chunky green candle. The price is higher. If we can get above here, this would be your breaker. I would really like this as a breaker support. So we would displace and then use that as a support area and then continue our price higher, right? This would become your next breaker. We would also use it as a support area and then price higher. So that's kind of what I'm picturing right now. And we would still be framing it off the 5 minute. And using that. So this is a really nice rally gap. If we get a follow through candle, I would be interested in adding one more, like I said. But it would have to be a follow through candle, kind of like this one and this one. So notice how this one we displace and then we follow through. I would like to add on that for a valley gap. But if it just runs, obviously we won't be mad as well. So. Just want to go golf. So this trade right now is a 1 to 2 exactly. Right at this high. It's not bad. I'll give it a shot. I do like this. So now we're above the breaker. And so I'll add one more on this fair value gap, and my stop would just simply be below that fair value gap. Now, since that's an SMT low, I do feel comfortable moving my whole stop to that area right there. And since we displaced out of there, so there should be no need for us to come back down and sweep this low, right? There you go. And then again, this could also be a breakaway gap. The order block, I mean, with the breaker and the fair value gap. But if we come back into this area, I'm interested in adding one more because then this would align with the breaker idea. There it is. So let me just remove this and then let me add just one more to this. So it's 4. So if we don't get support here, then I'm done with this trade. It's just a stop out. But this would indicate for me a good area of support. And the SMT low there should hold this, and that low should be protected. And then on the 5-minute, let's see how that's looking. Ooh, that's not looking too good. Yeah, if this gets stopped out, then we're just done for the day. We gave it a shot. This is the risk. Let's see the 1 minute on NQ. Yeah, this looks pretty cooked, but it is what it is. We followed our plan and everything we said we were going to do, so now we just let the marketplace play out. At this point right here, it's just we just literally let it play out. It's more than likely getting stopped, but it's not over till it's over. Completely inverse the fair value gap with displacement. I mean, even if it goes higher, like this just shows you the conditions that we're in, right? They're not ideal. They're choppy. It's expected. No news Wednesday. So yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit of hope. We have an SMT with this low right there. And then we have an SMT here, this low. That's honestly the only thing we really have hope-wise. Right? We would have to see a displacement out of here, which would be very confusing for a lot of people trading this because we're displacing higher, then we displace lower. This is convincing a lot of people to go short, then this is convincing people to go long. That's why I just want to follow the narrative and just kind of stick to what I already have. This S&T gives me a little bit of confidence and hope to see if this trade plays out, but these gaps really just, if I were to see this, I would expect us to go lower, right? But we'll see. We'll see. And then NQ sweeping this low, right? And then ES failing to sweep this low that we put in. It's literally the only hope we have here, a bullish S&T. But we do have technically this inverse now. And then we have this SIBI here, which a lot of people are going short off of. And yeah, insane trade if it works out because this price action is not easy for a lot of people to take in. It could be very emotional to see this, and people chase it up here. Very emotional to see this. Maybe their stop is right below here, and they get instantly stopped out, and then it starts working out in their favor. Just imagine how emotional that would make you feel, right? If you start seeing this type of price action. Like I really thought we were just going to sweep this low and then go higher, but then we get this stuff, and then I'm just looking for now the structure on the 1 minute, which is some form of SMT, some form of manipulation. And now look at this. All the cities we've done, we just inverse. So this is a crazy trade. This is the type of price action I'm talking about in December, right? If you're not experienced, this will make you blow your account completely. You're emotional. You become very, how would I say, fixated on wanting to be right. Like, just understand, like, ever since the start of the trade, we were accepting the risk already. Like, if this goes wrong, it is what it is. We're done and we go golf. Not we're done and we're gonna continue to push it and see if we can get our money back. No, like I'm not taking. Notice that in the last couple of days I haven't been taking 2 trades a day, and stuff like that because I just want to give one shot. If it doesn't work out, then I just go enjoy the rest of my day. I try not to let trading become my whole day, my whole everything, right? So now we've created an inverse of these gaps, a BISI here. My stop feels safe there. I'm not moving it, I'm not trailing it. Um, but I do want to see. There's so many drawings. I would, I'd rather just take all this garbage out. Just leave that. We'll just leave the tool on right there. Yeah, this is pretty insane. This is pretty insane. And let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah. If I wouldn't have joined in this trade, I probably wouldn't be in anything right now. Um, just because just looking at the five here, if I would have just gave it more time, I probably wouldn't have entered this trade. But since I'm already in, I can't. I have to give full control to the marketplace. That's just one of my rules. I don't, because there has to be a reason why I entered, and there was a clear reason why I entered here. But then just after seeing this back and forth price action on the five, just look at this. And this is December price action, right? So I'm gonna let it play out. It is what it is. Um, but it's just crazy. That'd be insane if we inverse this now. We just continuously inverse. Yep. Inverse after inverse. Like if you're a beginner trader, imagine what this is doing to your mental, right? Like you maybe just learned about inverses or learned about fair value gaps, and you're like, oh well, this means we should go higher. You buy that, and then boom, just runs right through it. Your stop is below here or something, and then now you're like, okay, now we've gone lower, so this tells me I should buy this to go, sell this to go lower. You sell that, and then boom, just runs right through it. And then same thing here, you buy this, and now it's just running right through it. So how does that make you feel as a trader, right? Those are the things like you have to, I guess, analyze. And for me, this trade, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it is what it is. I liked it when I entered here. I was not expecting to be into this consolidation type of price action. But those are the risks and the things you can't control that you have to accept before entering a trade. Whether it's going to be a losing or a winning trade, you have to accept that. And if you're uncomfortable with it, then that means you're either risking way too much or the trade made no logical sense to enter, right? Like this made sense for me to enter. It follows a model like it simply just didn't work out. And it seems like it's just very tricky today. So why put myself in that situation where I'm in a tricky position? But the thing is, prior to this, it looked pretty clean, pretty clear. Like we were just going to displace higher from an S&T low to these relative highs up here, and there was nothing really stopping it on the 5 minute. So that's the reason behind it. Nothing stopping it until we get to these highs. And now, like this is insane. Anybody putting their stop below here on this fair value gap just got railed, right? Our stop is still below here because of the S&T. It's insane. Ugh. There's no way this doesn't stop us out. Like it's almost like insane that it hasn't stopped us out. But this low swept, right? And this low hasn't been swept. That's insane if it doesn't stop us out. When it goes up one more time. I guess this will be a good video to explain how to like manage yourself in a trade like this, because there will be more trades like this eventually. Um, how to, I guess, spot that there's going to be days like this. I mean, one pretty clear indication is no news Wednesday. And these are also lessons for myself, because this is a losing trade. So there are lessons to learn in regards to when to be out of the market. Because yesterday I was debating whether to trade or not. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll give it a shot. But then my friend was like, oh, let's just go golf. And I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot in the morning. And then after that, we'll go golf. And so I would have just saved myself like $100, $150, and then called it a day. But obviously, sometimes you want to see what you can do, right? And it's probably best to just be out of it because look at this price action. This is horrible, right? But yeah, that's the video for today, guys. Hopefully, it wasn't too long. 26 minutes, not too bad, but at least you guys get to see a live trade, how you manage yourself, how I manage myself, and what I'm looking for, following the plan, adding what I need to add, and why exactly I took this trade, right? It made perfect sense for me. It followed the model. And I think if we weren't in this December price action, this trade would have played out. So I don't change anything from it. I just simply learn and go on to the next day when I'm trading. So tomorrow I should be trading. But tomorrow's probably going to be the last day for the year. And then second week of January, I'll be back. So it's been pretty tough this last week, 2 weeks. I think the models are there. It's just simply the price action is not following through sometimes. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to drop them in the comments or anything like that. Have a good day.